Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm very excited to do this review. This is a 2017 C7 Corvette Z06. This one here is in a really interesting color. It's called Sterling Blue Metallic. And this Z06 is a convertible and it has the Z07 package actually. Let's go and check this thing out. Carbon ceramic brakes on it. Z06 Supercharged has the nice little rocker panel thing right there. Obviously you got the vent in the back for the Z06. The wide body, very large calipers in the back as well. Convertible, as you guys can tell. It's got the wicker bills, part of the Z07 package. Clear taillights, the Z06s get the clear taillights. And this one has this pretty cool carbon fiber rear diffuser that the previous owner put on it. Hopefully you guys can see that. Looks pretty nice. Got the black Corvette logo in the back. Got the 4 tips coming out the back. The stock exhaust sounds great. Overall, just a great looking car. One view I love looking at is looking down the side, so you can just see just how wide it is with the wide body. I really like that. If you guys don't know, my channel name, JVet01, is because my dream car growing up was actually a Corvette. And this is really exciting for me because I finally get to, well, I've already driven Corvettes, but this will be fun to drive as well. Let's go and pop the hood and see what we're working with. All right guys, just popped the hood. That was actually very light. I'm sure it helps obviously that it's assisted by struts, but this is the LT4. It's a 6.2 liter V8 making 650 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque. This specific one has the 8-speed automatic. And yeah, I'm very excited to test this out. Obviously, you know, big V8. This car is about 3,600 pounds or so with the convertible. So it's still a very light car, and it has what Chevy says is 650 horsepower, so that's pretty incredible. All right, let's go ahead and hop inside here. So obviously it's got this little, the door opener is like right there. It's like a little button. So checking out the door panel, it's nice and soft touch right here. You got memory seats, automatic up down for driver and passenger windows. It's actually pretty nice. It's nice and soft and everything. This seats are the competition seats, so it does have the upgraded seats. Now this bolster right here is a little hard, so when you get out of the car, it is kind of, you have to kind of put your hand right here to get out, and it is a little hard, but these seats look nice nonetheless. It's got this nice steering wheel, but let's go and hop inside. All right, it's getting kind of hot outside, so let's get this AC going. So let's start it up. Has a great sound. Does the gauge sweep. As we are inside now, we're not going to talk about the trunk or all that other stuff. We're just going to briefly go over this interior because the main part of this video is how does it drive. Right, a car like this, you want to know how it drives, not necessarily how good of the storage space is. But anyway, I'm 6'6". Let's see how I fit in here. So my legs are pretty close to the dash, the seat's all the way back. My head is brushing the top. I do kind of have a long torso, but it's not comfortable at all for someone as tall as me. So that's part of the reason why I haven't bought a Corvette yet, is because I can't really fit in it comfortably. I could make this work on very short trips, but it's not very comfortable. But you have single zone climate control down here. You have heated and cooled seats. Let's turn on those cooled seats. We got this touchscreen right here. It looks like it's about 8 inches or so. You can turn on your curb cameras like that. It doesn't actually flash. That's just what the GoPro looks like. But this camera quality is not very good, but I think they came out with that in 2016 if I'm not mistaken. So it's like 2016 technology, and this is a 17. So I mean, the camera quality, no, it's not great, but it's better than nothing. And if we look at the rear, that's the backup camera. You can see the lines and everything. So, and this is the 8-speed, I think they call it the 8L90 transmission. A little bit of storage in there. You got some tiny cup holders, a little 12-volt outlet, glove box. It's actually fairly decent size for what it is. Little door pockets. You can see these seats. The competition seats look pretty nice. You got a power driver and passenger seat. And then this screen, we'll kind of go over the few little modes here. So we're in touring right now. We can go to sport, or we can go to track. And then this screen can also change like the way you want it to look. And I'm actually not too sure on how to do that, so I'm not gonna mess around with that right now. This one also has a heads-up display. So I don't know if you guys can see that, moving it around in there, right there. Steering wheel feels nice. It's nice and small, so it's a nice thickness and everything. It's a flat bottom. It says Z06 and little carbon fiber stuff down here. Got paddle shifters to shift through this transmission here. Little secret storage pocket behind here. So that's pretty cool as well. You got a USB in there, frameless mirror, garage door opener. But I've never taken off this roof, so let's see what it does. So I think you just hold this and it goes down. So you guys are gonna do this with me. Hopefully nothing breaks. Look at all this apparatus. Check that out. Now we're riding. There we go. Folding top motion complete. Look how easy that was. Now we have a completely open air experience. So now I don't have any headroom issues. The only problem is that since I'm so far up here, I can't really see much of the road, so I kind of have to duck down like this anyway. But this is pretty cool. But I'm definitely gonna put the top back on for the video. Before we do that, just figured I'd show you guys what it looks like with the top down. Looks really cool. This will be a perfect thumbnail picture. All right guys, now to my favorite part. Let's take this baby for a spin. And by the way, if you guys are interested in this vehicle and you're in the Las Vegas area or you don't mind traveling, I could sell this vehicle to you, get you guys a great deal on it. So if you're interested, I'll leave my contact info in the description. But well, let's take it for a drive. And as you guys know, I share my honest thoughts on everything. So visibility is actually not terrible. I do have these used car stickers up there right now, but the visibility is actually not bad. One thing cool about Corvettes is you see that super long hood up there, so it's kind of a cool experience. So going over these bumps, this road is not the greatest. I don't know if I can go around this or not. So one thing I noticed about this transmission before I drove here, it's a little clunky when it's cold. But once it warms up, it's actually a pretty smooth transmission. But when it's cold, it can be a little clunky, but that's kind of normal. So a lot of transmissions are that way. And instantly I notice the throttle response and the low end torque is insane on this car. Like we're at 2,000 RPM. We're shifting. I'm barely stepping on the gas. I step on it just a little bit and just freaking takes off. And I have the exhaust in track right now, by the way, so we have the loudest exhaust setting. Now we're gonna test out the turning radius to see how these super wide 285 tires make a U-turn. Let's see. Yeah, pretty sharp. Not bad at all. One thing about Corvettes, you got to watch the bottom because obviously it's pretty low to the ground, so you got to make sure you're not going through any like big dips and stuff. Or if you are, you got to go at an angle. Yeah, the throttle response is instant. That's really nice. So we're going to step on a little here, just kind of see how it does. Oh my goodness, it gets really loud. I can't believe this is a stock exhaust. It sounds very loud. All right, so we're gonna take off from a standstill here. Nothing crazy, just. It's getting a little happy in the back there. It actually hooks up pretty good though. Like, yeah, you can feel it kind of spinning a little bit in the back, but this has so much torque at a low RPM that like, it'd be hard not to. Transmission seems to be pretty eager for downshifts too, so that's not bad. And this is just in the tour mode. Now, I don't know if it really changes anything. I think if you have to floor it for it to change the way the shifting algorithm is, because it goes into that like performance shift mode. But let me just put it in, let's say track mode. I don't know if that's going to change anything. I know it'll change the steering. Yeah, the steering's a lot heavier now. You can see the speedometer goes up to 220, so that's kind of cool. Supercharger boost over there. And it sounds incredible. Very smooth shifting too. Let me test out these paddles. Let's see if the paddles are good. I know the 8-speed isn't very good with the paddles. You can hear like a slight supercharger whine. Very, very subtle though. But the exhaust is so loud though. So the paddles are okay, but they're not great. So I wouldn't really recommend using the paddles unless you're just trying to, like, I don't know. The paddles are not super enjoyable to use. And the gearing looks to be very long as well. Wow, that's crazy. The torque is so crazy in these cars. And I remember driving a Camaro ZL1, like, I don't know, like maybe 3 years ago now. And that was a 10-speed auto, and that thing was just crazy. Like the torque delivery, it's like instant and it just jams you back. Completely different experience from my personal car, which is an M2. That one is like, doesn't like jam you back immediately, but it just pulls hard, like it just keeps pulling up top. Now this, I don't know how it would pull up top because I can't get up to those speeds, you know, responsibly. So I can't test that out, but I can tell you at low speeds, this is crazy. Yeah, it just has so much torque. It makes it actually very nice. Like if you had to daily drive a Corvette, which wouldn't really be very enjoyable just because it's hard to get in and out of, and you have to worry about scraping and all that stuff, and you know, the expensive tires and all that. But if you had to daily drive a Corvette, the power band on this car is so incredible that it makes it for a great daily driver. You barely have to step on the gas and you're just moving. All right, we'll try a little one here. So I can feel that the traction control is cutting it, but yeah, that torque is literally instant. Oh my goodness. Now this is a 17, so this doesn't have as bad of heat soaking problems as the 15 and 16 does with the different supercharger lid. So this is actually a pretty good one. Because if you have a 15 or 16, it heat soaks really bad. And here in Vegas, like, they don't really perform very well. Like when it's hot out, they lose like what seems like 100 horsepower. Okay, all right, of course. Wants to spin. So actually what I said about the traction being good earlier is actually not really true. It's not very good, but the traction control helps keep it managed. I still want a Corvette. It's just I don't know, it's just so tight in here for me, for someone so tall. If you're like under 6 feet or like 6 feet as like the tops, you'll be just fine in a Corvette. Something else. A lot of traffic out right now, so it's not really a good time to be driving, but anyway, we got to get on it a little bit, guys. Nothing crazy. This car is too fast to enjoy it on streets like this, but I really had fun driving it. I mean, let me know what you guys think of the Z06 in the comments below. Again, if you guys are interested, let me know. I will leave my information in the description. But yeah, I really like it. Still love Corvettes. I wouldn't get a convertible. I would get a coupe, but the coupe might not have as good of headroom. So I haven't been in a C7 in a little while, so I'm not sure. That concludes this video. Really enjoyed it. It feels really fast. Maybe one day I'll get a Corvette. It might be like a C6 or something, but maybe one day. And I'd probably get it in a manual because the 8-speed is cool for the C7s. But if I got a C6, I'd probably get the manual because I don't want to be caught dead with that old 6-speed automatic. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.